Hey, good morning. We all made it. Everybody was kind of hustling around today. So I'm still kind of stuck on New Year's intentions. And I hope you've all seen the show Ted Lasso. You haven't? Oh, you have to watch it. It is it is so good. If you haven't seen it, you really need to check it out. And there's a lot of lessons that he addresses in the show. He's just a really, really nice guy and always positive. Yeah. And so these are some of Ted Lasso's intentions. So, number one is believe. So, when he gets hired, it's a joke. She wants the team to lose, but and he didn't know anything about soccer. Of course, he was a football coach before that. But he put a sign, "Believe" in the locker room, and he always had the guys, touch it before they went out for games and stuff. So believe is number one. Number two, don't judge a book by its cover, which he always said that, and there were a lot of characters in the show that you thought were going to be one way and then they turned out to be, I mean, everybody turns out to be softer inside than they appear on the outside. Number three, I like this one. Power isn't nearly as sexy as humility and kindness. And I think that's so true. There's um, Rebecca, who is one of the main characters. She was married to one of the most powerful and richest men in England and learns that being treated with respect is a key to happiness and preferable to wealth. So, number four, never underestimate the underdog. And they were the underdog. So, I think that's a good one. Five, forgiveness can set you free. And there's a lot of little things in that. Um, Jamie Tart had to forgive his estranged father. Lots of little instances of that. Number six, there's no shame in seeking therapy. Oh, hi, Ozzy. Number seven, we all need our own diamond dogs. So they had this group they called the Diamond Dogs, and whenever they had important things to discuss, they'd start barking. We need a Diamond Dogs meeting, and just have friends tell you and be truthful about what they think you need. So that was a common theory that it's not, it's good to be authentic and vulnerable and have your friends help. Number eight, don't dwell on your mistakes, which is easy one. And I think one of the best examples is he said, be a goldfish. And everybody was like, what? And he says, just forget it immediately like a goldfish does. So if you make a mistake, be a goldfish. Number nine, never kick a person when they are down. Number 10, family comes first, which I think is good. And whether it's an adopted family or your own family, family comes first. And number 11, be generous, be kind. And there's a lot of instances where he showed that. He made, what were those? What do you call those? Scones for his boss every single morning. He'd bring them in to Rebecca. Yeah. And she was like, you don't have to do this. And but then she'd see, as soon as he left, oh, she'd eat him down. It was awesome. All right. Just some fun things for you to think about. So please close your eyes. And turn inward to your breath. And feel your body. See how your hips and your shoulders, all your body parts feel this morning. This cooler temperatures, sometimes things become more acute. Please bring hands to heart center. May we all notice the beauty and the grace that's always around us. Lower your head, open your eyes. Just stretch your arms up a lot and bring them to a T. And just kind of bring your left arm and pull your sleeve up and then switch. You can feel a little bit of work as you reach. Let's do that one more time each side. Oh, I feel that in my core. Good. Stretch the arms up and just kind of turn and face your right leg. Bring the hands down there. Maybe stretch over that knee. And come on back up. Stretch tall. Face your opposite knee and stretch over it. And then come on up. And just stretch forward. Hips open. And then come on up. And let's just do a little twist. So twist to your right. Take a few breaths there. Switch to the other side. And come on back to center. Bring your feet a little wider than hip distance. Flex them, and we'll just do the shoulder opener. So your right hand comes out to the side, left hand to the foot if you can reach it, or ankle. And then just step on the gas and pull your sternum back to stretch out that all the muscles on the back of that shoulder. And then switch. And then just bring your feet hip distance, lean back, come into Navasana, warm up your core. You can move a little if you want. And then bring the feet down, bring the soles of the feet together for a second. And then stretch the feet wide. It's just going to be a few second deal, and then slide the feet together. Paschimottanasana. And then we'll do that again. So slide the feet together, Surbadhakanasana, stretch them wide. And then together. I'll let you stay in them longer later, but just kind of getting warmed up. One more time. Baddha Upavista Konasana. And then Paschimottanasana. Good. Come on up and transition to all fours. And just do a couple cow cat. Kind of warm up the spine, check in with it. Good. And then start to move in a big figure eight or infinity sign, if you would, swinging your hips side to side as you go. And switch directions. Good. And then pause. Check in with your core. Keep a nice long spine. Extend the right leg. Add the left arm. And just hold if you want a little more challenge. Bend the knee, reach back with that left hand, find the foot, kick it back. And release and bring it in. Switch sides. Left leg, right arm. You can just hold there, or if you want more challenge, find the foot. And then release. Curl the toes under. And walk back to sit on your heels, just to stretch out your toes and your feet. Maybe your quads a little bit, knees. Yeah, see. Come on. Down. Stretch your toes long and do the same thing. If you can sit on the heels and it feels good, I'm going to use a blanket behind my knees because that adds space and it feels really good on my knees. And then stretch your arms up. And then move them back behind. So like you're pushing the air back and interlace the hands. Notice if your ribs popped out there, draw them back. Lift your heart a little bit. Stretch the knuckles back. Just where it feels like a good stretch to you. Good, and release. Grab your blocks if you're wanting to use them. And come forward. And go ahead and lift on up to a downward facing dog. Walk out your dog. And then step your feet up to the blocks to a forward fold. And just take a moment here to really check in with feet and legs, hamstrings. Let your neck relax. You step your left foot back to a deep lunge. You can just check in with that stretch for a moment. I like to lift and lower my heel a few times, stretch out my Achilles. Good. And then you may have to turn the blocks to a higher height. If you have tight hamstrings, you're going to just lift your hips up and back to straighten your right leg. Keep heel, knee, sits bone aligned. Maybe fold. Ardha. Bend into the front knee. Shift your weight and step forward. And we'll switch right foot back. Deep lunge. Feeling that foot and leg. Enjoy that stretch. Hips stay square. And then lifting the hips up and back. I like to lift my back heel high. Can straighten the left leg. And maybe fold deeper if that works. Good. Bend the front knee. Step that foot forward. Uttanasana. And then roll up to standing. And stretch your arms up. Really reach up high. Try and get lots of length. And fold forward again. Step your left foot back again to deep lunge. This time lower the back knee. And stretch up Anjaneyasana. Just working on the hip flexor. If you feel stable, you'd stretch higher. And please touch down. Lift the back knee, shift your weight, and step forward. And switch right foot back. Lower the back knee, hug to the midline. When you feel stable, stretch up Anjaneyasana. And touch down. Lift the back knee. Step forward, forward fold. And sweep all the way up to standing. And fold forward again. Step your left foot back, deep lunge. Finding your balance. Come on up for Crescent Warrior this time. It's kind of thinking it's a progression of lengthening up, opening up. One more breath. And touch down. Shift your weight to your right foot, step forward. And step the right foot back, deep lunge. Finding your balance, your stability. Take your time, stretching up. Crescent Warrior. More breath. And touch down. Good. Step forward. Set your blocks off to the front and step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank pose. Hold there. Check your shoulders. Check your hands. Broaden the clavicles. And then lower down to the mat. Stretch your feet long, stretch your arms long. Long side body. Head of the arm bones back, rib cage back. Long back of neck as you lift to Shalabhasana. You can add the feet if you'd like. Big stretch, maybe even interlace the hands if you're ready for that. And relax down, hands by the chest. And come up to a little cobra. Chin everything out. And then go ahead and curl the toes under, lift up and back. A downward facing dog. That was a sneaky transition, wasn't it? And walk your hands back to your feet. Forward fold back there at the back of your mat. And take a moment. You can grab your elbows if you'd like. Sway a little bit forward and back. We're getting everything warmed up. Joints are moving. Believe that you can get this body loosened up again. Get those synovial fluids running in the joints, even when it's cold. And then slowly roll all the way up to standing. Good. And then sweep your arms up and lift the tippy toes. Need to dance a little? You can. It's okay. Lower your heels and sit to chair pose. Utkatasana. Draw your low belly up. Feel that stretch. It's a little deeper. You guys can do it. And then press into your feet. Lift all the way up again. Stretch your arms up. Lift to tippy toes. Okay, now you're gonna go back down to chair pose, but try and keep the heels lifted. They come down, it's okay. Keep your low belly lifted. Good, lower your heels and fold forward. Look at your toes when you're in this position. Are they all lined up the way you want them? Good. And slowly roll up to standing. Oh, I feel like my feet are firmly planted now. Shift your weight to your right foot and lift your left knee. Turn the knee out. Transition to tree pose. You can do hovering tree where you're just hovering the foot there, or you can find the leg, stretch up when you're ready. It's breezy in here. Good. One more breath. And release. Good. Shift to the other foot. Lift the knee. Find your stability first. Then turn the knee out. Transition. Tree pose. One more breath. And release. Good. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. And walk your hands out. Downward facing doggy. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. And push all the way back to child's pose. And then coming up to all fours, you can grab your blocks again if you want to use them under your hands. And extend the right leg, bend the knee, and open up to wild dog. Keeping the shoulders square. Just feel the stretch in that leg. I like to reach it back. Good. Square up your hips. Bring your knee to your nose and step it through. Deep lunge. Good. Ground the back foot down and make your way to crescent or warrior two, not crescent warrior. Good job. Would have been a, we did that last week though, remember? Check in with this. Think of it as a hip opener. Stability in your legs. Good now. Bring your left hand to your hip, your right elbow to your knee. Turn your belly and chest forward. And then extend the arm up and over. Parsvakonasana. Now, you can stay here or your block's right there. You can grab the block or even the floor if you're open enough for that. Yeah. To just learn what you can. Good. Stretch your arm towards the ceiling. Come back up. Warrior two. And windmill down. Turn the back heel up and step forward. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do that on the other side. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Right foot back, deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. And come on up, warrior two. Feel both feet firmly planted. Low belly's drawing up. One more breath. Right hand to the hip for the transition, either elbow to knee, hand to the block, or hand to the floor. Turn your belly and chest forward. Then add the arm. Keep the connection to the feet and legs. Notice your left side body. Don't let it get short. Good. Stretch the right arm up. Come up, warrior two. And windmill down. Turn the back heel up. Step back. Down dog this time. Lower your knees. And take a child's pose. And make your way back. Downward facing dog. Extend the left leg. Bend the knee. Open up wild dog. Just keeping shoulders square. Your hips just open. Reach back with that foot. That's it. Good, you guys. Square up the hips. Bring knee to nose as you step that foot through. Deep lunge. Good. Ground the back foot down again. Come up, warrior two. I want you to keep like scanning, learning your tendencies. You check. Is your knee straight? Using all parts of your feet. Good. And then straighten the front leg. And transition, triangle pose. Blocks there if you want that. Or you can grab your shin or your ankle, lengthening your spine, feeling that same connection through feet and legs. Bend the knee, come back up, warrior two. Feel the same as the first time. And just find your breath. And then windmill down, turn the back heel up, step forward. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep arms all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Good. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And step the left foot back. Deep lunge. Ground the foot down. When you're ready, warrior two. Both feet connected firmly to the earth. Straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. Where do you feel the stretch? Where do you feel connection with the floor? Where do you feel a little tension? See if you can make it feel better. Just adjusting. Bend the front knee. Warrior two. Windmill down. Turn the back heel up. Step back. Down dog. Step your feet up to your hands. Forward fold. Just move your blocks forward. Come down to a deep squat, whatever version of deep squat works best for you. You can use the blocks if you need to. Just take a moment. Sometimes when you hold malasana, your shins start to talk to you. Or maybe it's your Achilles. I don't know. Whatever it is, just notice. See if there's little adjustments you can make. And bring the hands behind you. Just kind of set your butt back a little bit so you're in the middle of the mat. And just come up to Navasana. Just for fun, see if you can reach your ankles or maybe your feet. You decide. Lift your heart. This is a different pose. I can't remember the name of it. Upaya. Navasana, I think. Good. And then release. Go ahead and lay down. Oh, hands by your hips, feet under knees. Notice shoulders, blades kind of flat on the mat. Maybe head of the arm bones moving back a little bit so your heart's lifted. And then you're just going to slowly roll up to Satu Bandha and then slowly roll back down. Try to press your back down as you go. So scoop your tailbone, roll up. When you're up, you feel heart lift and then slowly roll back down and just keep going like that. Just kind of feeling like it's cat cow as you move. One more time. And then when you get up, hold there. Maybe interlace your hands underneath. Oh, if that feels good. Let's see what you can learn here. Right, we're always trying to stay focused, learn from our movements. Where are we getting tired? What can we do to help? What adjustments can we make? One more breath. And slowly roll back down. Hug your knees in and just kind of roll side to side. Oh, that feels good, right? And now keeping the knees and the feet together. I like to flex my feet to feel this more. Bring your arms to cactus and just roll your knees to the right. So you're lifting onto your right hip, but don't let the left shoulder blade come up. Just hover where it feels like it's work to you, but you can still hold it there. Good. And then come back through center. Make sure you're all lined up. Go to the opposite side. Keep that right shoulder blade grounded. Hover there. And come back through center. And go to the right side again, but this time it's okay if your shoulder comes up. I want you to let your knees come all the way down. So you're in twisted formation. Maybe even turn your head to the left. And if you'd like to try to straighten your left leg and see maybe your right hand and find your foot. Enjoy a moment there. And then bending the left knee again, hug the knees together to bring them up and over to the left side. Turn your gaze to the right. Maybe straighten the right leg this time. Find the foot with your hand if you want, if that's accessible. And just notice your body in this position. What can you learn? What feels good? What feels tight? How is your breath? Good. Release the foot, bend the knee, bring the knees back to center. Give them a little hug again. Bring the feet up towards the ceiling with the knees bent. Grab the ankles or the feet for happy baby. Just lay, roll back and forth if you want. Straighten the legs. That feels good. And then release the feet in that wide position and just bring the feet down wide on your mat. Arms stay in cactus or a few windshield wipers. Lean in. Next time your knees are up, wiggle the feet closer together, hug the knees in, and roll up to seated. I promised you I'd give you longer time in seated position, so bring the soles of the feet together. Find Supta Baddha Konasana. And I want you to, so you can either stay here if that's, that feels safest for you, or I like to grab my feet or even my heels because I like to support my ankle. And then I think, okay, I'm going to use the strength of my core to work on opening the knees wider. Good job. Now, with that nice long spine, it's okay. Maybe you can round over a little bit now. This pose always makes me sweat. Okay, and slowly come on back up now. Stretch your legs wide. I always have to inner spiral, make sure I'm on my sits bones. And then you can fold forward. You can go over one knee and the other. You do what feels like a good stretch for you today. Whatever variations you want to do. Breathing. And last but not least, come on up. Shimottanasana. So the legs are parallel. Still want to be inner spiral, so kneecaps and toes point up. Press the heels down. Just fold wherever it feels a good stretch for you. You can add a twist if you want. That looks like you just have the foot twist. Kind of gets into your IT band. It feels really good. And then coming on up, transition down for Shavasana. Mhm. Introspect about the poses allows you to have deeper rest, I believe. Just notice connection to the floor, your breath. Every exhale can be a reminder to let go. There's a particular body part that doesn't seem to let go. Just squeeze the muscles there and release them. Relax your forehead and scalp. Relax your cheeks and jaw. Relax your neck and shoulders. Relax your arms and hands. Chest and upper back. Belly and your low back. Your hips. Your legs. Ankles and feet. Endless love and power are available to me whenever I remember who I am. I am a child of the universe, a thought in the mind of God, forever surrounded and sustained by the substance of divine mind. I open my mind today to the remembrance of my true nature and the nature of the universe. I open my mind and I open my eyes today to the love that is all around me. With every breath, I drink in the holy substance that infuses all things. Words from Marianne Williamson. Like to, when I notice my breath and think that way, every breath in just draws great things to me. And then I can send out love to everyone around me as I breathe out. Truly, prana or breath is truly life changing. When you're ready, start to move, wiggle. Take your time. Just seeing if all the body parts you worked so hard, still moving. Hopefully easier than when you came. Draw your knees in, hold to the side, push on up. Just give yourself a few moments in seated position to, like you did at the beginning, just notice your breath, notice your different body parts. And please bring hands at center. We're laughing because Quinn's dog is making little noises at us. I so appreciate each of you being here. I bow to that beautiful light in each of you. Namaste. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna stop the recording, then I have something I tell you all.